it's phenomenal. And there's really no words for like looking at ancient history and saying there's just so much writing. Any wall you look at is just history. And it's cool to be looking at that, and I can almost picture myself back in time at the days they were just chiseling that out. It's like I get to look into the past and getting to walk on the places that they got to walk. It's like I'm there, but it's the most amazing thing I've ever experienced. And there's really no words for this experience. It's phenomenal. It's truly phenomenal.
Well, sometimes on the tops of the heads of the pharaohs, you'll see a crown, and that crown will be very elongated. Sometimes you see one elongated piece, or sometimes you see two. One will symbolize being Upper Egypt, and the other one will symbolize being Lower Egypt. In ancient times, it was like kingship will be moved, or the capital would be moved from Upper Egypt to Lower Egypt and back and forth. Okay.
This is tears of joy here. Wow. Oh my goodness. That's what we're supposed to be. This place is so amazing. To feel the energy that's here, the history, and just seeing it for the first time, it's overpowering. Like the videos on YouTube, the books, the documentaries that we've seen, it doesn't do it justice. It really doesn't. It's you have to come here. You have to visit the temples. You have to come to Egypt. You have to come to Cairo and Luxor just to experience it, because what you're being told and what you're seeing on the media is not 100% at all.
Amazing is like an understatement. Because we've been looking forward for this for 4 years now. We've been following Billy Carson for a cool minute and trying to do this for a long time. And now that we're actually here, is unbelievable.
If you look to this column, it's completely different than other columns there. This one is out of red granite. And if you circle around it, you will find it perfect. Although making a column like this is very hard. It's not easy at all. Even making a full circle is quite impossible, but making something like that is even much harder. Okay? That's why I believe that this one belongs to the ancient times, what we call it the pre-Diluvian, and these ones up there, they are made out of sandstone. Yeah, they are big, but not one piece, okay? They are built of different pieces. And sandstone is very easy to cut, transport, especially we are going to see on the way, in the cruise on the way to Aswan, the quarries of sandstone is overlooking the Nile. Okay, so simply cutting it, shipping on boats to anywhere else in Egypt. Okay, so there is a huge difference between this and that.
Wait, what?
She tried to charge me $20 for the toilet. I showed her the New York hat and I started cursing and she moved out the way. There you go.
Hey guys, we made it to our second place where we're going to be staying at for 7 days on the Nile River. Here's a sneak peek of my room, for example, how the rooms look here. So here we go. Wow. So nice and cozy. Some people have single room beds and some people have 2 beds. So this is the bathroom. It's really nice size, very comfy here. Really, 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 really nice. Love it. Love it. No squatty potty. Love that. Of course, you got the temperature here. We always have to leave these cards. I know in Turkey it was the same thing. You have to leave a card in here to keep the power on in the room. I actually think it's pretty convenient and good for us. Yeah, a mirror here. Shots there. Ooh, I love it. The bed. I tried the bed already. It's really soft. Like, yeah, it's not bad. I love it. It's actually kind of firm, but the right amount of softness. You got TV, so you got Bad Boys on. Already a good start. Yeah, it's super nice. I love it. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I got a little table here. And then this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. Look at that. We didn't take off yet because we just got here. But look how beautiful this is. Wait until we start actually rolling down this river. Oh, I love it. So right now, about to get ready to go downstairs, eat some food, and relax for a minute. We've been up and running literally all day today. It's been like insane. Super insane. But it's been worth it. The people here is amazing. It's mind-blowing. Like, this whole experience is mind-blowing, eye-opening, and even to just see the people's reaction when we take them to these ancient locations is just a beautiful experience to be able to witness and feel the emotions of those around you, and just to hear everybody else's thoughts, whether it's thoughts that you don't have or thoughts that you do have of your own. Just to be able to share a magical experience in a beautiful place with people that you just met but you have the strong connection, it's worth it. So I'm loving it. Everybody else is loving it. I know our next location, I think, is pronounced Dendera. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know Billy or Muhammad, someone, I'm gonna catch them talking about it pretty soon. But until then, I'm about to go grab me something to eat. Stay tuned for the next video. You can get on. We made it! Finally on the plane. Finally on the plane.
Hey everyone, it's Billy Carson, aka Forbidden Knowledge. I'm here standing inside of one of the rooms inside the Temple of Dendera in Egypt. And what's amazing about this room, if you look up at the very top, you see a scene. That scene will show you advanced technology. If you look to the right, you'll see one of the gods there. And he's holding a piece of technology in his hand. And then you see 2 more gods holding up what look like giant light bulbs with snakes inside of them. It could be light bulbs, or it could actually be an energetic technology. They believe it has something to do with creation or manifesting matter. Underneath those bulbs is something called a jet. And those jets that are holding up the bulbs are just like a Tesla cord, similar to what you have in your local neighborhood on your power lines. They're oscillators. And then if you look towards the very end to the far left, you see the snake standing coming straight up out of the lotus as if the manifestation of matter or the energy exchange is complete. So what do we have here? Are these light bulbs? Or is this, as some of the ancient Egyptians believe, a manifestation of solid matter? In the Emerald Tablet, though, it talks about utilizing cymatic frequencies and photons to literally create or generate or manifest solid matter out of nothing. Scientists did that about 3 years ago in London. They actually took matter and cymatic frequencies and manifested solid matter for the very first time. So modern technology is just catching up to what the ancients already knew.
This place is amazing. There's a lot of energy in here.
You can feel the vibrations really high.
It's like it's alive.
You can see the vibrations on the camera. It's like
I
moving.
believe it.
Her temple.
I believe it.
It's her temple. What's her name?
Oh.
Hey, what's up? It's Billy Carson here, aka Forbidden Knowledge, standing on the rooftop of the Temple of Dendera in Egypt, and we're looking at Hathor, the goddess Hathor, the goddess of fertility. Now, what's interesting about this goddess is you can find a record of this cult even in the ancient Sumerian tablets, where they were working on creating more humans. They wanted to produce more humans to do the labor of the Igigi. Who are the Igigi? The Igigi were the working class Anunnaki, according to the Enuma Elish and the Epic of Atrahasis. They said, we need workers to do the work because we're tired of doing all the work. They were building roads, they were building structures, they were creating communities and cities, they were cleaning out the Euphrates and Tigris rivers, and they felt like they were doing slave labor, and they wanted people to do the work. So they started this process according to the Temple of Karnak hieroglyphs, according to the Hathor cult, and also according to the Sumerian tablets, of creating clones of human beings. And these clones were produced in these birthing chambers, and there's an actual birthing chamber right here at the Temple of Dendera. If you look at the ground, what you see is megalithic stones. Each one of these stones may weigh 400 or 500 pounds each. This is on the 3rd story level of the structure, and there's no sign of any kind of collapse. You can see here an interlocking stone. So at some point they knew how to smoke metal or steel or some type of copper maybe. They would pour it in here and they would interlock things into other stone bricks. We see this exact same technique throughout Egypt, throughout ancient Sumeria. We even see it throughout Mesoamerica, which is now, of course, Mexico, Chichen Itza in the Yucatan Peninsula, South America, Peru, Bolivia, all those places, the same exact construction technique, showing that they had a global civilization. But what's really amazing is how did they learn how to suspend these megalithic stones on this rooftop and displace all the weight down the structure with no signs of collapse? They had foreknowledge, advanced knowledge of construction techniques that we have now, what we call modern construction. We're at the Temple of Hathor, one of the most amazing temples throughout Egypt. And guess what? I'm standing in front of one of the Shatu. Who are the Shatu? They were known as the brick masons, and they worked for Amun-Ra and also for the Hathors. And they were responsible for laying the bricks and stones or understanding how to take a blueprint and turn it into a manifested structure. So if you can take a look at this being, it doesn't quite look like a normal person, but it's pretty interesting that you see this also down in Bora Bora and Tahiti. How can that happen? Well, if you draw a line straight through the earth from Cairo, you end up popping out right in Bora Bora in the French Polynesian, where also you can find a depiction of the same exact being. Pretty crazy. We're on the forbidden tour of Egypt, and you can only get this experience if you come with us.
Billy Carson.
So make sure you sign up.
Look, they were so excited last night. They done pulled an all-nighter.
Yep.
Look at this one. Look, he didn't get no sleep. They didn't get no sleep.
I'm tired and hungry, but I'm here.
We need some Turkish coffee.
Right.
That's it. That's probably what did it.
Yep, it was the coffee. We gonna blame it.
The work of the Sphinx, this erosion and the fissures analysis, it was not fair to stop the work, so they couldn't apply the story on everything. So it stopped at the level of the Sphinx. But we can see the same erosions here on the pyramid. So we can apply the same theory that the pyramid also existed at that time, 9,700 BC. Because of these erosions. This is modern restoration, okay? So the water was running up and down here, and then there, and then all the way to here.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. And this is the bedrock under the pyramid. So the pyramid was never built on flat ground. The pyramid was built on a small mound. So the bedrock is part of the construction.
Yeah.
So it was not flattened, okay? So we can say also the pyramid was built before 9,700 BC.
You have to understand something about the Great Pyramid. Whoever built the Great Pyramid had foreknowledge. In other words, advanced knowledge, advanced science, before the first stone was dropped. Before you can put the first stone here, you have to have this advanced knowledge. Why? Because the Great Pyramid is located at the center of land mass on Earth. Not the center of the Earth, but the center of land mass. Now to do that, you have to have, today we would say you have to have a polar orbiting satellite, and as the Earth spins on its axis, it would take scans of data of the planet, it would stitch it together, and it then would estimate through computers where the center of land mass is and say, okay, put the pyramid right there. The next thing is you have to understand is the Great Pyramid is an archetype or a metaphor for the Earth itself. If you scale it up 43,200 times, it will fit directly inside the sphere of the Earth and touch the inner equator location. So the Great Pyramid itself is actually a replication or a representation of planet Earth. And if you take the base of the pyramid and do some very simple calculations, you can calculate things like the tropical year, the sidereal year. If you take other calculations within the construction of the pyramid, you can calculate the distance from the Earth to the moon, the distance from the Earth to the sun, the speed of the Earth on its axis, the speed of the Earth around the sun, the speed of the sun around the galactic equator, and the speed of our galaxy around the local cluster of galaxies. So you can't just do that by accidentally dropping some bricks here and saying, well, you know, this is just a coincidence. It's too many coincidences for it to be anything other than advanced knowledge, right? So you have to understand, like, this thing was built because they had the knowledge. It was not an experiment. When they built this, they knew it was going to do everything they wanted it to do, and it's a time capsule of knowledge for us today, for us to decipher now, to get this knowledge and understand how advanced they were and how much more work we have to do to catch up to them.
You see what Billy is trying to tell you? That we are on the middle of landmass. All the land to the east is the same size of all the land to the west.
Yes.
Wow. We are in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, from north to south.
And the pyramid, the word means fire in the middle.
Yes. Okay.
That's what pyramid means.
As I told you earlier, we have a meeting with Dr. Ashraf, the general manager of Giza. So the man who has all the secrets. Mm-hmm. Okay. We're gonna meet him there, and he will tell us about the new discoveries and the recent use of the area. Okay. Please.
All right, let's go. He's the director of the Giza Plateau. So we're going to listen to what he has to say and talk about some new discoveries. Very few people get to meet this man, so it's an honor for us to be able to have a discussion with him.
First move is called the lost tomb of the pyramids, the lost treasures of the pyramid. It's about our major discoveries. Behind the third pyramid of the king Menkaura. I said Menkaura, not Mykarinos. Mykarinos is a Greek name. I don't like Greek names. His ancient name is Menkaura. So behind the pyramid of Menkaura, the third pyramid, we had the quarry, the place where we get the blocks. So the quarry was completely covered with sands, about 7 meters high of sands, 21 feet. So I went to our minister office, the Minister of Tourism and Antiquities, asking him money for excavation. He said, Ashraf, are you going to clean 7 meters high of sands? Nothing will be there. So it's a waste of time and money. But I trust my feelings. I do believe there is something waiting for me over there. So I did convince him, and I got from him 100,000 Egyptian pounds. And we start to dig in the site for 6 months for nothing. Everybody get disappointed. I told my workers, keep digging, keep moving more sands, because I do believe there is something there. One day, I finished the work in the site. I went back to my office in the other side of the Great Pyramid. So the chief of the workers, he came to my office and he said, Doctor, we found something in the site. You have to come back again. So I get my pickup truck. I went to the site. I looked at the ground. Oh my gosh, it's a hole. So we moved the sands. We found the stairs. We moved more sands, we found a passage. We moved more sands, we found an offering chamber. And guess what? Inside the chamber, we found 2 false doors. One of the doors was inscribed, it was hieroglyphics. I can read and translate in hieroglyphics, it's my job. So we found the name of the owner of the tomb. She was a lady. Her name is Shepsiskawu. She was the high priestess of the goddess Hathor. And the second false door wasn't inscribed. But I guessed, maybe it was for the husband. But because the lady was more important than her husband, she got an inscribed false door, and her husband got nothing. Fair enough. So as archaeologists, when we found false doors, either we dig in front of the false doors, or we dig behind the false doors to go down to the burial chamber. So we decided to dig behind the false door for the lady. We found a deep shaft. It's about 10 meters deep, was cut in rock in a vertical way. So we cleaned all the sands. We went down. We found a burial chamber. Also was cut in rock. The door was sealed with some blocks. I'm a big guy. I sent one of my assistants, a little guy. I told him, go down and have a look and tell me what there. So that guy, he went down, he moved 1 or 2 blocks and said, maybe there is something. I said, what? Put your head inside and tell me what there. We get more excited. We want to know what there. So that guy, he moved more blocks. He went inside and said, you have to come down. There's something there. I got with a ladder and I went down. We moved all the blocks. We went inside the burial chamber. Guess what? We found a skeleton. Oh my gosh, a skeleton for who? So what we did, we used DNA to date back the skeleton. It dates back for 4,500 years. That's it? No. We looked between the bones of the skeleton. We found a seal inscribed by the name of the high priestess, Shepsiskawu. What a great discovery to find a tomb for a lady, for the high priestess. Shepsiskawu dates back for 4,500 years. That's it? No. We start to dig behind the second false door. Remember, for the poor husband. So we found a deep shaft. It's about 7 meters deep, almost 21 feet. At the bottom, we found a burial chamber. And inside the burial chamber, we found another skeleton. So we used DNA to dig back the skeleton. It dates back for 4,500 years, and it was for male, not for female. This ensuring my theory. It was a family tomb for the high priestess and her husband. This in a movie, it's called The Lost Treasures of Egypt. A year ago. That's it?
No.
No. For the second time, I went to our minister's office. But this time I was insane because I was going to clean a sands about 20 meters high, 60 feet. You know, to the west of the Great Pyramid. Behind this pyramid, we have what we call Western Cemetery. In the Western Cemetery, we have thousands of tombs. Many missions, Americans, French, Italian, Spanish, Japanese. They did excavations. They removed their sands and debris from their own site, put it above another site. I'm a smart archaeologist. I was thinking maybe they kept something for me beneath the debris and sands. The problem was it was about 20 meters high of sands. So I spent about 2 months trying to convince the minister to give me money for excavations. I told him, you tried me once and I give you a discovery. I deserve another chance. After 2 months, I got from him 200,000 Egyptian pounds. And we start to excavations with 200 workers. We start to clean the sands. For how many months? 8 months. For nothing. Yes. It's at 20 meters high of sands. I told the workers, keep digging. Keep moving more sands. I trust my feelings because I do believe there is something over there. So one day, I was working between the workers. I like to work with my hands. I was a white man. Now I'm black. With the sun. I look in the sun. So we removing the sands. We found a mud brick tomb. Oh my gosh, there's something coming up. I told the workers, keep digging, keep moving more sands. We moved the sands. We found a mud brick tomb. As archaeologists, when you found a mud brick tomb, it's a poor burial. Nothing will be there. But I told the workers, my assistant, don't judge until we go inside to see what will be there. So we found the door was sealed from outside. We moved the blocks. We found a passage, and guess what? The walls of the passage were painted with the beautiful scenes and beautiful colors. I never saw something beautiful like this. So we moved the sands, we found a beautiful scene for a farmer. He's picking the fruits from a tree, and he put the fruits in a basket. This farmer, he got tired. He slept in the shade of the tree. One of the monkeys, sneaking, he was stealing the basket of fruits. So I created a new term. I called it Book of Life. It's like a photo. You get it from life. It's well known that the monkey always steals the fruits. That's right. We're moving more sands. We found more scenes. We found another scene for a cow was giving birth. One of the farmers is sitting between the legs of the cow, receiving her baby. It's another scene from a Book of Life. That's it. We move more sands. We found another beautiful scene for a musician band. Some guys is playing harp, another guy is playing flute, some girls are dancing, some guys clapping for the dancers. It's another scene from a Book of Life. We keep moving more sands. we found a beautiful scene for a lady sitting on offering table. And on the table, guess what? The baguette, the French bread. Can you believe it? We were, before the French people, by 4,500 years, we had the baguette before them. In front of the Great Pyramid, in 2018, I was guiding Brigitte Macron, the wife of the French president. And I told her, if you are so proud that you have in France wine dates back for a few hundred years, in Saqqara we found wine dates back for 4,700 years. If you are so proud that you have cheese in France dates back for a few hundred years, in Saqqara we found cheese dates back for 4,500 years. If you are so proud that you have the baguette dates back for a few hundred years, in Giza and Saqqara we found baguette dates back for 4,700 years. If you can build a pyramid, you can have wine, cheese, baguette before the French people. So we keep digging, moving more sands. We found a beautiful scene for a lady standing, and beneath her feet we found her name. She was called Hetepet. She was another high priestess of the goddess Hathor. And this scene, we're going to move it and will be displayed in the new Grand Museum. One of my babies will be displayed in the new Grand Museum because each discovery for me, it's like a baby. So this, another discovery for another high priestess. Her name is Hetepet in the west side of the Great Pyramid. That's it? No. No. For the third time, we went to our minister office. But this time I was totally crazy. You know why? Because I was going to clean a mountain. It's about 60 meters half sand over there. The mountain, the other side of the Sphinx, no, over there, in the desert. It's about 60 meters half sand, 180 feet. So I spent about 6 months trying to convince the minister to give me money for the third time. I told him, I give you 2 discoveries. I deserve a third chance. So after 6 months, I got from him 400,000 Egyptian pounds. And we started to do excavations with 400 workers. And we started to clean the mountain from the top. So for how long?
10 months.
10 months.
24 months.
24 months. 8 months. A year. 5 months. For a week. Just 1 week. I was so lucky. Only 1 week of work. We found unfinished cut rock tomb. A tomb was cut in rock. But guess what? The door was sealed from outside. When we found a sealed door, it means it's intact. Robbers do not touch it. I was extremely happy, just a week of work. We opened the door, we went inside. We found a burial chamber, was cut in rock. And inside the chamber, we found 6 beautiful wooden coffins. Painted with the beautiful colors. And we did open 5 coffins. We found inside those coffins 5 mummies. I kept the 6th coffin because I felt there's something special inside this coffin. As I said before, I'm a smart archaeologist. Every time I was going to beg the minister to give me money for excavations, I was thinking, what if we had National Geographic as a sponsor? He can make a movie and give us money for excavations. So we had a deal and get a contract for 60,000 American dollars to open the coffin in a live show and to make a movie about this. So we did sign the contract. The question was, if there's nothing inside the coffin, what's gonna happen to me? I will be in a coffin. So I did something tricky, to be honest with you. I did open the coffin to have a look first before the show. So we left the cover and I looked inside. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful mummy covered with sheets of gold, golden amulets. So we put the cover back. We did invite all the press, the media, and National Geographic guys. We were shooting, opening the coffin in the live show. We opened the coffin. I was shocked. What is this? It's a beautiful mummy. It's a beautiful colors. Sometimes I'm a good actor, you know. I want to save money for excavations. You know, it's not easy to get money for excavations, so we have to do it. You have to use your mind to do something like this. So we opened the coffin, everybody was happy. I was happy with the money for excavations. It can be enough for 5 years. Everybody was happy. National Geographic guys, I asked them, are you happy with this great live show? They said, yes, but it's still not enough for a big movie. We give you $60,000. We can give you 20 and get 40 back. I said, no, come on. It's just a week of work. Wait until we continue the work. Maybe there's something coming up. I told the workers, keep digging more, keep moving more sands. For another month, we found remains of limestone tomb. What I mean by remains, some blocks, some false doors, inscribed with hieroglyphics. And I was reading the names of the owner of the tomb on the false doors. The first one, his name is Behenwi. His son was Ka, and he was the architect who was doing restoration for the complex of the King Khufu, and the complex of the pyramid of the King Khafra, and the complex of the King Menkaura. I was kneeling like this, trying to read the hieroglyphics in the wall. I feel there's something moving beneath my hand. A block is moving. I move the block, it's another moving block. I move the second block, it's the third moving blocks. Many blocks are moving. We moved all the blocks, we found something amazing. We found a Sumerian chamber covered with sands. I told the workers, hurry up, keep moving, cleaning the sands. We cleaned the sands, guess what? We found beautiful, painted limestone statue. But there's something broke my heart. The head was missing. So I told my assistant, the workers, nobody's going to his house today until we look in the sands to find the head. We spent about 5 hours looking at each grain of sands. At the end of the day, we found the head. And we did restore the head back. And the statue will be displayed in the new Grand Museum. It's about 60 centimeter statue, painted limestone statue for the architect and for his wife and his son. So I asked National Geographic guys, are you happy with this discovery? They said, yes, but still not enough for a big movie. So I told them, wait. I told the workers, keep digging, keep moving more sands. We found a shaft about 4 meters deep. At the bottom, we found a burial chamber. Inside the burial chamber, we found a wooden coffin. I asked them, guys, are you happy? They said, no, we keep digging more. We found another shaft. It's about 8 meters. At the bottom, we found 2 wooden coffins. I asked them, they said, no, we keep digging more. We found another shaft about 10 meters deep. At the bottom, we found 4 wooden coffins. I asked them, they said, still not enough. I told them, come on, I'm an archaeologist, not a magician. So we get a meeting at the site, and we decided to move the work for 200 meters south. And we moved the work with the workers, and we start to dig. We found a deep shaft. It's about 15 meters deep. At the bottom, we found a huge burial chamber. It's about 9 by 9 meters square, covered with sands. We spent about a month to clean the chamber because I got so happy. Maybe there's something there. So we cleaned the chamber, guess what? Nothing. But the back wall of the chamber was broken and there's a hole. So we cleaned the hole, we found another burial chamber full of sands. We cleaned the sands for another month. Guess what? Nothing. But the back wall was broken and there's a hole. So we cleaned the hole, we found a third burial chamber. And there was a door, and the door was sealed. What do you think?
Something.
Yes. Something. So we moved the blocks. We found a huge burial chamber. And guess what? We found 1,000 of skeletons. 1,000 of skeletons inside the burial chamber. One of the skeletons, it's my favorite skeleton. It was for a child. It's about 6 years old. And beside the skeleton, we found a wooden mask to put on the face of the child. 1,000 skeletons. Why? We have this big amount of the skeletons buried together. Because this it dates back for the 26th dynasty, the Sayatid period. In this time, they were taking care of their ancestors' burials. So they were collecting all the burials from different places to be buried in a safe place far away from robbers. That's why we have the big number of the skeletons. So I asked the National Geographic guys, are you happy with this discovery? They said, yes, but still not enough for a big movie. So I told them, wait, it's just 3 months of work only. Our city should be at least 6 or 8 months. So I told the workers, keep digging more, keep moving more sands. So we moved the sands, we found a deep shaft. It's about 22 meters deep. At the bottom, we found a tunnel. It's about 200 meters long. We cleaned all the sands. We found another tunnel. It's about 300 meters long. We cleaned all the sands. We found a third tunnel. It was a maze, a labyrinth, about 1,200 meters of tunnels. When we found a maze or a labyrinth, it means there's something be hidden away. So I told the workers, hurry up, keep moving all the sands. We moved all the sands. We found a burial chamber. It's about 10 by 10 meters square. The door was sealed, as usual. We opened the door, lots of sands. The chamber was completely covered with sands. We cleaned all the sands for 2 months. Guess what? Nothing. Nothing inside the chamber. I never give up. I told the workers, everybody have to get a brush and we have to clean the floor, the ground of the chamber. So we cleaned the ground of the chamber exactly in the middle. We found a hidden shaft. It's about 1 meter by 1 meter square. So we cleaned the shaft, it went down for 6 meters deep. At the bottom, we found another chamber, another hidden chamber, and the door was sealed from outside. We opened the door, we went inside, I saw something shining in the darkness. Something gold is coming up. So we went inside, we found a wooden coffin. And inside the coffin, we found a beautiful mummy cover with sheets of gold and was painted with beautiful colors. And beside the wooden coffin from outside, we found a golden cover of the nails. It is before the golden cover of the nails of the king Tutankhamun by 1,500 years. This it dates back for all the kingdom. What a great discovery to find this tomb for a high priest. His name is Behenwi, and it dates back for 4,500 years. Okay? And I asked the National Geographic guys, are you happy with this discovery? They said, yes. And we had the movie, The Lost Tomb of the Pyramids, finally. Wow. Yes. That's it. You think I'm done? You think I'm done? You think I'm done? Come on, don't break my heart. I'm working for 25 years. Just you give me 5 minutes. So, in 2017, I was guiding American First Lady, Melania Trump, in front of the Great Pyramid. And she asked me a question, who were the builders of the pyramids? Yeah. Aliens? Atlantis people? People from outer space? Yes. Yes? Aliens. Aliens. I agree with you. You know why? Because I'm an alien guy. I told her, in 1990, we had a great discovery. American tourist was riding a horse in the desert over there, behind the Sphinx. And the leg of the horse fall down in a hole. So what we did excavations, we just moved the sands, we found the workers' tombs, the builders of the pyramid tombs. How we could know? Those tombs for the builders. We found their names and their titles. We did discover the first tomb, it was for the chief of the workers. He was married 2 wives and he got 18 kids. Busy guy. 2 wives and 18 kids for the chief of the workers. And between the workers' tombs, we found a tomb for a doctor. Oh my gosh, a doctor? Some people say it, building a pyramid by slaves. So if we had slaves, why? We need a doctor to treat them. You can't throw them away and they bring more and more. You know, slaves, but they weren't slaves. They were workers and we give them salaries. But we do not have money in this early times. So what kind of salary? We give them beer, bread, and salted fish as a salary. Beer, bread, and salted fish as a salary. And guess what? And this doctor, he did a brain surgery. Oh my gosh, 4,600 years. We had a brain surgery? Yes, how we could know? We found the skull of this worker and there's a hole in the skull. And the son of the workers completed his father's tomb and he mentioned that he lived after the surgery 3 years. I'm always saying in my lectures, if you can build a pyramid, you can do anything. Even a brain surgery. Even a brain surgery. That's it? No. We keep digging between we keep digging between the workers' tombs. We found a tomb for a guy, his name Nefersis. This guy, he was married 2 wives plus a girlfriend. He was the head of the weavers for the workers. But how he could know? He was married 2 wives and he got a girlfriend. We found in his tomb 4 false doors. The first false door for the guy himself. The second false door for the first wife. The third false door for the second wife, second wife. Yes, I'm sorry. The fourth false door for the girlfriend. We found her name and her title. Listen to me. She was called Met-Ret. From Met-Ret, we had mistress. If you can build a pyramid, you can have a mistress. A mistress. If you can build a pyramid, you can do anything. It was a pleasure for me to be with you for this few minutes. Have this lecture. Thanks a lot.
What's up, everyone? It's Billy Carson, aka Forbidden Knowledge. I'm here on the Giza Plateau in Egypt. Egypt is a country located in Africa. Now, you can see where I'm standing directly in front of over 2 million blocks of stone at a place known as the Great Pyramid of Giza. Now, just because I'm standing here, time is actually slowing down for me because I'm standing next to this huge mass. So anything standing next to a mass this large and this solid creates what they call a time dilation bubble. So for me, time is moving much slower than a person 100 miles away. It can be measured by atomic clocks, which has been done before. So just by standing here, I'm actually getting younger or staying younger than somebody miles and miles away. Another interesting thing about the Great Pyramid is you have to understand the science behind constructing this before you lay the first stone. You have to understand that this is located directly at the center of land mass on Earth. In other words, the land to the east and the land to the west is equal amount of mass. To do that, today we would need a polar orbiting satellite orbiting the Earth as it spins on its axis, scanning swaths of data and collecting that information, and then actually transmitting that to a computer to calculate the center of landmass. And what does pyramid mean, the actual word mean itself? What is the definition of pyramid or the translation of the word pyramid? It means fire in the middle. It's almost a double entendre because it means that the pyramid itself is the fire is an energy generation system inside the pyramid, but also it means the fire in the middle, the energy source in the middle of the Earth. Another thing is, the pyramid itself is a scaled down version of the planet Earth. If you scale the pyramid up 43,200 times, it fits directly inside the sphere of the Earth and the corners will touch the equator. So it's actually a representation of the planet Earth itself. Just another thing you can learn when you come on the Forbidden Tour of Egypt. Make sure you guys click that link and register ASAP.
Thank you. Hey, lovely morning.
Lovely morning.
Welcome to Egypt.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. Can you do one? We have a camel. Thank you.
Fun?
I'm happy. I had so much fun. This is my happy place. Look at the pyramids.
Wow.
Only at Forbidden Knowledge Tours.
It's his first time in Egypt as well. Oh man, we about to see some stuff, man.
There's a lot of energy here.
there's no words. There's really no words for this. To look at this and think that like this is thousands of years old. I'm like looking. It's like I'm looking into the past. It's really cool to look at.
Morning of day 2, this is the most amazing thing I've ever done. This is beyond anything that I expected. Like, really, who gets to do this? Who gets to stand this close at this time of the morning with these awesome people?
Right. We do.
Yeah, forbidden.